Hi. Let's go. You got 30 minutes. We're going to start with an ankle dance. So you can't see my feet, but what I'm doing is, I'll change that. You're just taking the feet across like this. Slide across your floor and other direction. Bit of a spinal twist to wake it all up on this fine day. Wherever you are, morning, noon, night. We're gonna get moving. This has more advanced motions, but you can try out the modifications that I'll give. And then I'm gonna take the arms. So one arm is facing up, the other arm is down. Stretch it out, posture up. Okay, nice, tuck it in here. And then the other way, gaze toward it. Open up your shoulders and bring it in and out, switching sides, kind of like Egyptian motion. Great. And then we're going to just take the bell and pass it around the body. I got a little bell today, but you'll get the idea. This is around the world. We know this. It's good for grip training. So just grasping onto the handle, passing it. Don't need to swing it. You can just pass it around, and every time tighten up. Right in the middle. Then it gets more complicated. Now you can stick with that, or you can take it behind the knee and around the front of the knee in a figure 8 pattern, an infinity pattern. You can pick up the pace, and we're bending over, slight bend in the knee, kind of hinging, kind of bobbing. Then you can increase your range even a bit now. You can squat a tiny bit more, stick out your butt a tiny bit more. It's kind of fun. And still handling the bell as you take it around and around. That's good. This is the figure 8. Around and around. Now sometimes we get even fancier, but for right now, we're just waking up our legs, our midsection, and again, the grip training. Super important, strengthening the hands. And now we're going to have a straight kick. So bring it up, one leg forward, one leg back, up high, and back again, up high. Stay on the same side for now. And I'm never pushing like this, whoa, no. Keep yourself focused out front here, okay? And then just see how high. If you're here, that's fine. If you're a little higher, maybe you can go higher next time. Over time, maybe you're getting faster and higher. And then step and switch. And remember, we want to use this part of our body, not overusing the hip flexors, because we don't want them to tighten up. We are going to strengthen them. We are going to work them all today. This is total body, but we're not going to overdo it in any one area. But we are going to have a focus on the posterior chain. Okay, so keep kicking away. Back, open up, nice wide stance. Rear leg has it, coming up and over, up and over. Great. Start with a single arm swing, and you can go as heavy as is challenging. It's going to be challenging, and keeping the shoulders straight. I'm not ever letting it go like this. No. Keep it straight and aligned. You can have your hand here as you're still popping the hips, squeezing the butt, smiling away. You can have your hand here, or hey, you can have your hand here, then we're going to switch it over. Or you can just stop and pass it over if you're not familiar with the swing switch. And then you can keep on blasting it out. Blast it out. On the other side, nice and balanced. Here or here. About shoulder height, drops back down through gravity, never using the arms. And course, breathing through the nose still. Great job. Okay, that was single arm swing. Now, I'm gonna try the squat. So this is a sumo squat, so your stance is wider than a regular squat. And still gonna try to keep your chest up. And you can just try it with no weight. Get a comfortable stance. And you're using your butt on the way up, pushing the knees apart all the time. Should feel strengthening for your hips here. Just come down in body weight, nice and wide. And pushing up, really taking yourself back up right now, right now. And one more. Exhale on the way up. Great, and I'll show you that with a weight next time, right? But you can always start out unloaded. That's a smart thing to do when you're learning a new movement. You always start with the most simple form so you can get that down. The most simple rendition. And then you're gonna take the bell back and clean it up, okay? So it looks like this. You're gonna clean it up right here. And it's like you're zipping up your coat with your thumb towards your belly button. Then you're tucking your elbow in and the bell swivels around your wrist. Never thumping. See the control I have? And at the end, so you're gonna dip. You don't have to set it all the way down in between unless you want to. But at the end, it looks like this. Fingers pointed straight up, where you can grip the bell. Don't over grip it, but never like this. This is a no-no. This is bad news for my wrist, for anybody's wrist. It has to be like this, strong and straight in the V of your arm. Okay, switch it over to the other side. Clean, raise it. Single arm clean. Single arm clean. If you know it, you just do it. Same number on each side. 12, even 15 repetitions. 8 is fine. You're hinging over and raising. Good. Now back to the sumo squat. I'm not going to set the bell down. I'm going to just take, when you're ready, you can add the weight and have fun knowing that you're getting strong hips. You're getting strong hips out of it. Your weight is in the heel and the knees are, of course, apart. And I don't want to fold over too much. So we do want the good range. So if you want to hang on to a chair to help you get in a good range before you add weight, that's a good thing to do. And only go as wide as your body is allowing you at this time. Just 5 more seconds. Keep breathing, get your water. Right about now, now is a good time to get your water. We're gonna go down on the ground. We'll go down on the ground and set it up so that we're in high plank, goes down to low plank. Low plank from here, you're gonna drag the bell toward you. I'm gonna tip the screen so you can see a little bit better. So it looks like this. And I'm gonna alternate sides. So I'm gonna drag it, then walk myself back. You're on the forearms and drag it toward yourself. And then, if you don't have much space, you don't need a lot of space, you pull it right back up from underneath you. And then you might wanna creep a bit forward, pull it up again, okay? Because we need that pulling motion, okay? There's all sorts of ways we use pulling, we can accomplish pulling. This is the one for today. Pull it back, then walk it back in this plank and pull it back again. Good, that's the idea of this plank, Sphinx plank, pulling right and left. Now we're on the ground. I often like to give the feet and ankles a little bit more of a pump, a little bit more attention. You can be on your toes for this and just grasp the bell by the handle or the horns and take it side to side. See the side to side. You can be flat on the ground if that feels better for you. It's a really great thing to be able to sit on the floor. Not everybody can do that easily, comfortably, but you can train yourself. Now, the way we often do it, the standard way for the Russian twist, is like this, okay, with the legs out in front. But I don't want to do that. I want to be here or the other way I showed you just a second ago. And I'm not twisting too much. I'm bringing the arms side to side and touching the ground with the bell. Now we go up for the shrimp squat. Single leg balance, single leg training, fortifying. So one leg is straight, one leg is bent. Then you're gonna come down as low as you want, pause, and then come up. Now you might have to fold over a little more than I asked you to do in a regular squat. Regular squat, we try to keep our chest up. For this one though, we're counterbalancing. We're finding our center of gravity here, and then come back up after a slight pause at the end. This is shrimp squat. You can do about 5 on one side, then switch sides. This is really asking a lot of your ankle, building your ankle strength, and your calves are probably wanting you to switch sides right about now, especially those pauses, the pause on the bottom. That's not just for fun, it's for really building and growing. So coming down, pausing, and then up. Again, pause, shrimp squat. You can see how it gets its name with my foot back behind, curled up. And it's controlled, it's slow and controlled. We are gonna do some cardio, but this is getting the heart rate up too. If you're doing it properly, slow and controlled with your body weight, then it's definitely getting your heart rate up too. So now, here's a chance. If you haven't been with me very long, you don't know too much about kettlebells, you just practice your clean it up from standing position, and you're tucking the elbow, corkscrewing it around, strong wrist. But if you have been with me for a while, the more advanced one is this tactical clean. So it ends up on the other side. Bringing it up, passing it, bell handling again. See, I tried to slow it down. And if you just want to pass it one way and then reverse clean, hand it over, you can do that too. Break it down. You don't have to tactical clean up and down. You can do reverse clean, press it, pass it over, and you're bringing it across body pattern. Now let's switch sides. So we're gonna, one side might be smoother, but we're always thinking about how to make it smooth, how to make it controlled. We're in control of the bell is not controlling us, but we're adding to our skill. Like I said, if you just want to practice your clean, and I wouldn't go too heavy with this either, because we don't have the momentum of the swing for this, but this movement is a really great transitional movement. We use this in flows, so in the future you might see it a little more often now that you know, so that it allows you to balance out, you know, which side you start on, and then you add rotations too, right? And then they add the rotations, and it gets very interesting very quickly. But you need to have the great foundations, right? That's why you practice the clean. You practice the clean. If you need to lean over a little bit with the clean, then that's what you do. Okay. And now I shouldn't set this kettlebell too far away because we are in plank position. You can have your hips a little bit up to the sky, and you can touch your opposite toe, bring your arm back, and then plank. Touch this toe and plank. This is with no weight, just your body weight. Okay, you're moving your hips up toward the sky and back down, nice and controlled. You want to amp it up to the next level, you take your bell and you just tap it 5 times on one side. You get the picture. And don't smash your toe when you're doing this. Okay, you're extending it underneath your body. Switch sides in this plank only when you want to, when you're ready for that extra stimulus on your body. You gotta pull up that bell, bring it behind. But it's fun. It's fun. I like it. I hope you like it too. And now we are going to add, continuing on from the tactical clean, we're just going to add a press. If you want to stay on one side, clean and press up through your body. Notice I'm not going like this. Don't want to be off balance. Keep it straight here. Okay, so we pull it up and then press so that your wrist is forward. Bring it down controlled. Your wrist should be facing the side in this down position. If you want to add the tactical one, almost the same thing. Press on that side, pass it over. Pass it over, smooth it out. Enjoy the process. Doesn't have to be fast. In fact, I prefer you do slow and controlled. Sometimes with this tactical press, you do need a bit of momentum though. Not quite a swing, but still to get it up. Now we'll switch sides. So again, if you're sticking on the same side, which is gonna give you a solid foundation, then you swing it, you clean it up, press it up over your shoulder. Never shrugging by the ear like this. Keep the shoulder down, overhead, then bring it down and reverse clean. But from the other direction, you would pass it, clean it, and then raise it. And this tactical clean is giving you more options that will be used, can be used in the future. And you might feel like the handle of your bell, sometimes you're fumbling, getting a bit awkward, but it's practice. And also knowing how much to grip the handle, right? We don't over grip it. You want the handle to slide through your hands so that you don't get blisters. Okay, your palms will probably toughen up a bit. It is iron after all. Metal, it is this solid metal. And so your hands will toughen up, but you don't have to get blisters. There shouldn't be any crashing against your wrist, but it's you're smooth manipulating and learning how to control the movement of the bell through your, if I had doubles, that'd be fun to try. Of course, you can't do tactical clean then, but anyway, shouldn't get distracted. Let's now do the other squat that we are doing today. Now, if you want to stick with a regular squat, you go down, you go up. I like to practice single leg squat, and this one is going to be with our leg coming, it's going to be balancing and reaching behind. So with the shrimp squat, the hips stay level over, shoulders stay level, and there's not much rotation in the shrimp squat, right? You can see the hips, everything should stay aligned. This one, there's going to be more of a twist as you go 45-degree angle behind, and then reach low and reach back. You can support yourself. Absolutely, you can do that as you gain the range, and then you need that support less and less as you're building your leg strength. Now this is kind of a prelude to those amazing dragon squat, when they take their legs all the way around, they wrap themselves up. It takes phenomenal body strength, but this is an excellent way to prepare your feet, your ankles, your calves, and of course your quads and all the other muscles. So 45-degree angle behind, you're balancing and reach. Balancing and reach, single leg balance every day. Balancing And again, it is more folding over. This is single leg. Great. Okay, just a few more minutes. We're gonna go back down to the floor and take up the bell. We're gonna have some spinal rotation in here. We're down here on one knee, toes are flat, and one leg is up. We have the bell by the horns, and we take it over the shoulder, same side as the knee is up, and we're gonna come down. Come down. This chopping position, and you get the rotation. If you are not sure about that, you just practice a few times without the weight to get the hang of it, the coordination. Okay, so you're taking it up, elbows are bent, straighten out, and they can bend again as they come up. And you can still keep a nice posture here. I don't want to be like, oh, like this. Your back is nice and straight here. And you're chopping it down and across, down and across. You can switch sides. And again, start on the side with the knee up and across. And then rotating smooth, smooth and strong. Smooth and strong. Get the sunlight in my eyes. That's okay. It's great. Vitamin D. It's awesome. Natural sunlight. I love it. Makes you feel, it just makes you feel good. Right? No matter the temperature. The brightness. We need that brightness in our lives. So if you do about 8 to 10 chops on each side, that's a good number. Even 12 if you really want to. Of course, if you're going heavier, you don't ever strain and push yourself that you feel like you dread it the next time. Don't do that to yourself, but still make sure you're challenging yourself enough. And now we're going to have a little fun with the sumo squat. I'm just gonna adjust this one last time. We're close to the end. We're close to the end. We're gonna squat down, sumo squat, and then raise one leg, wide stance, and then to single leg balance. Again, double, straight, and that might look kind of funny. It's like a sumo walk. That's what I think the real name for this is. Sumo walking in one spot. Strong legs, amazing glute power here. You can do it. And we're almost done, just 10 more seconds. Sweating, the work's almost done. Heart rate is up, 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. And take note of where you feel it. Probably right around this region, right there. I always like to swing the arms, let your heart rate come back down. And now enjoy the fact that the work is done. You had a short and sweet workout. So let's go into this position right here and push your hips up to the sky. And if you can just come in and out of that, feel a nice stretch in the back of your legs. Okay, your hamstrings, your calves. That's how we train our body. Full body, have fun with these new skills, practicing them, smooth and controlled. That's where it's at. Definitely. That is where it's at. Now you can bring your knee in, rotate, dip the hips in a little bit. Dip the hips in. Good. And now, I'm going to put the knees on the floor and take it out in what they call a child's pose. You can see me, I just like to stretch the shoulders in the back. So facing the floor, like so. And you can stay here as long as you want. You can walk your fingers to one side so you feel more your obliques, the side of your torso, and then the other side. Walking over, stay and relax. Use your breathing to settle you down that much more and feel good about the work that you did. Wasn't necessarily easy, but it was short and you could do it. With the modifications or with the advanced options, you could do it. So now just want to put the hand on the head and turn up, and a little bit more spinal opening. Just feels really good right now. A couple times on this side and on the other side. Don't forget to have plenty of water throughout your day. I recommend starting with water, a little bit of lime, a little bit of lemon in it, your preferred temperature. Just a really great way to start your day. And then we're going to come back on the legs. So one leg is forward, one is back, and you're going to feel this quad stretch right here, right there. And you're going to come back on your elbows. And I know I'm in the shadow here, partly in the shadow, but you can see I'm coming back. You don't have to go all the way down unless you really want to. But I am trying to flatten out the hips, always. You've heard me say it before, probably. Flatten out the hips. Stay 30 to 45 seconds for this guy right here. Showing your body some love, your incredible body. And before I switch sides, I do like to post up and reach over. It's just a nice little way to join these movements together. So the hand that was behind, the side where the knees are pointing, use that hand to support yourself. Take the other hand up and over, up and over. Now you can sit here, take your knees side to side. And then when they're on the opposite side, then you can lean back for that quad stretch again. I like to rest my neck. And think about what protein you're going to have today. Enough protein, a serving with each meal. Good. Hopefully you got a great source for your protein, whether it's your backyard hens or your neighbor who has a ranch. That would be nice. Or whatever you prefer. Even, some legumes or chia is really good too. You're finding out what is working really well for your body, and listening to the biofeedback. How are you feeling after you eat it? How are you feeling after this workout? The next morning after this workout, it's going to affect how you sleep tonight. If you're going to get a good sleep because you put in the work. I better settle my hip down a bit more. Then I'm going to come up here and reach over and across. There's so many ways to do this. Different angles. Up and across. I'm almost done. Just like to stretch this hip out here. And the side of the torso. So we're going to bring the feet together in this butterfly stretch for these hip flexors. We strengthen them, and we're lengthening them out so that we don't want tight. That would be more potential for injury when things are tight. So that's why we don't skip this part of the training. Just a few minutes. If you have to rush away and complete it later, I understand, but don't neglect it altogether. And notice I'm keeping my back up straight. I'm trying not to go like this. Try to sit up straight with the chest out. Proud chest, you did it. You're awesome. you can feel really good about yourself. So high five. Great job, and we'll see you next time.